Shri Narendra Modi will be leaving later this evening for a 24-hour visit to Samarkand, Uzbekistan, to participate in the 22nd meeting of the Council of Heads of State of the SCO. As you all know, Uzbekistan is the current chair of the organization. You are also aware that SCO is a regional multilateral organization that has 8 member states, namely India, China, Russia, Pakistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and the host of the SCO chair this time, Uzbekistan. SCO was set up in June 2001 and India became its full member in 2017.
All right, so
Prime Minister Modi has been leading the Indian delegation to the SCO Summit every year since we became its full member in 2017. During the last 2 summits in 2020 and 21, Prime Minister participated in a virtual format. So, in Samarkand, we expect full physical format participation by all the leaders. Since joining SCO as a full member, India has been making positive contributions to the SCO processes, deliberations, and its outcomes. After the Council of Heads of State, the Council of Heads of Government is the second most important mechanism of the SCO, which deals principally with trade, economy, and cultural agenda of the organization. India chaired this mechanism during 2020, with the then Vice President Shri Venkaiah Naidu presiding over our summit meeting in November 2020 in virtual format. During our chairmanship at that time, a number of initiatives were taken, including holding an exhibition of shared Buddhist heritage in SCO member states in virtual format by the National Museum, translation of 10 books of regional Indian literature into the official languages of the SCO, that's the Russian and the Chinese, and hosting the first SCO Startup Forum, the first SCO MSME Forum, and the first SCO Young Scientist Conclave in virtual format. The regional anti-terrorist structure, the RATS of SCO, is another important mechanism of the organization. India assumed the chairship of the Executive Council of RATS in October last year for a year and has been focusing on promoting practical cooperation in combating the problem of terrorism in our region. Moving on to the Samarkand summit, Prime Minister will arrive in Samarkand, as I said earlier, later this evening. He will attend the summit tomorrow morning. The summit usually has 2 sessions. One, a restricted session, which is meant only for the SCO member states, and then an extended session that will likely include participation by observers and also the special invitees of the chair country, that is Uzbekistan, as also organizations which participate in the SCO summit. The heads of the 2 permanent bodies of the SCO, the Secretary General of the SCO Secretariat and Director of SCO RATS, will also be present in both sessions. We expect that the discussions during the summit would cover topical, regional and international issues, reform and expansion of SCO, the security situation in the region, our cooperation perspective in the region, including strengthening connectivity, as well as boosting trade and tourism in the region. Samarkand Declaration and numerous other documents are expected to be finalized during the summit. They are currently under consideration of the SCO member countries. Apart from the summit activities, Prime Minister will hold bilateral meetings with the President of Uzbekistan and some other leaders on the sidelines of the summit. PM's participation in this summit is a reflection of the importance that India attaches to the SCO and its goals. This is also tied to our approach and engagement with the region as a whole. As you're well aware, India hosted the first India-Central Asia Summit earlier this year, preceded by a foreign minister level meeting. We remain focused on strengthening our linkages with Central Asia and the extended neighborhood, and this visit will take that vision and that perspective forward. I thanks very much, and if there are questions, we'll be happy to take them.
Thank you very much, sir. Before we move on to the question, hold on, I'm sure there's interest. Please introduce yourself and the organization and limit your questions, please. We have a little tight time constraints. Trying to start at the first row always. Sorry.
This is Yeshi Seli from the New Indian Express. Who are the other countries?
All right, so that's a special briefing by Foreign Secretary on Prime Minister Modi's visit to Uzbekistan to attend the SCO Summit. He says India has made positive contributions to the summit in the past. He says a number of initiatives have been taken in the past. Many topical subjects such as security situation, boosting of trade will be part of discussion, and there will be bilateral meetings with several leaders as well by Prime Minister Modi.